Demi Moore's name just got dragged into a scandal that could shake Hollywood's biggest stars. Yes, a lawyer just leaked a shocking footage from one of Diddy's infamous parties, and trust me, the details are beyond disturbing. Secret gatherings, underage guests, what's really going on? Now, lawyer Tony Buzbee has been connecting the dots between Diddy's notorious parties and some big Hollywood stars, with Demi at the center of it all. He claims there's some shocking footage that could tie her and other A-listers to Diddy's underground gatherings. And trust me, it's not just some average celebrity party scene. We're talking about something filled with secret cameras, questionable activities, and even underage guests.
Reported this conduct to either the authorities, that is the police, or to hospitals. Found in their system, weird you probably never heard of. One in particular that continues to pop up is a xylazine or trank, which based on our research is known as a horse tranquilizer.
Tony, were all of the auditioning because they were musicians?
All seeking either TV or some sort of music career with promises of, we're gonna make you a star. Instead, basically did things to them such that they don't want to have anything to do with the entertainment industry ever again. This individual, who was 9 years old at the time, was taken to an audition in New York City with Bad Boy Records. This individual was abused, allegedly, by Sean Combs.
Anyone who tried to flee was allegedly found by Diddy. Employees who questioned his authority faced threats of physical violence. This whole situation created a scary environment where silence grew intimidation and fear. In late 2023, after serious allegations about Diddy to light, especially from his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura, his reputation took a hit. As negative stories, it said the team pressured the allegeds to stay quiet. They were reported and told not to share their experiences with the police or to create stories about what happened. Diddy's time is running out. He's currently incarcerated, and the government has started a thorough investigation to reveal the dark truths behind his actions and what his victims went through. What do you think? Do drop your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We'll be back with another one pretty soon. Incarcerated, and the investigation into his life. If you like this video, notification.
Now, where are we supposed to go to sit?
You can sit right over there.
Thank you very much.
You ready? How are you?
Oh, okay.
Mother, I'm gonna freak. Jim Morrison still lives for all you people out there. Morrison is alive! Morrison lives, everybody, and I don't care what anybody says. I know this for a fact.
Listen to him.
When we're out together dancing, out together dancing, out together dancing cheek to cheek.
Very nice. Very good.
Lois is the greatest, and I'm putting in a Jimmy, I love you. Okay, one more time.
This moment raises questions. Was it just a one-time thing, or does it hint at a pattern that connects her to Diddy's wild gatherings? Then there's Demi's history of dating younger men, like her ex-husband Ashton Kutcher, who is 16 years younger than her. This age difference raised eyebrows back in the day, but with these new rumors swirling, people are starting to wonder if her past relationships might point to a deeper issue. When Demi and Ashton got serious, he and Diddy were practically best buds, partying together all over Hollywood. Diddy even called their crew a rat pack. But when Ashton settled down with Demi, it seemed to annoy Diddy. Could this mean Demi was being pulled into Diddy's messed up world through Ashton? Now, with these allegations coming to light, Demi's connection to Diddy is becoming way more complex. It's no longer just about their friendship. It's about whether she actually attended those controversial gatherings. If she did, it could seriously damage her Hollywood reputation and raise big questions about what she might have seen or even participated in behind closed doors. Meanwhile, Diddy is facing serious legal trouble with allegations of illegal activities and underage guests at his parties. If he's found guilty, he could be looking at serious time behind bars. If Demi's name gets dragged into this, it could spell disaster for her career. This situation is larger than just Diddy. It hints at a dark side of Hollywood where many might have turned a blind eye. Remember, Demi's past has been marked by struggles with addiction and trauma. She has openly shared her experiences, including helping her mother during her battles with addiction. Given these experiences, people are starting to wonder if they made her more vulnerable to the wild Hollywood lifestyle. After marrying Ashton, Demi's struggles with sobriety intensified, especially after she broke her 2 decades of sobriety, partly due to Ashton's influence. This situation affected not just her, but also her family. As these allegations against her heat up, her daughters, Rumor, Scout, and Tallulah, might face yet another difficult chapter in their mom's life. Demi has long been known as Hollywood's wild child, living life freely and breaking rules. But now, with these new allegations, her past choices seem darker. Remember when she and Ashton had an open marriage? They brought in third parties, which she later regretted. Fans are now questioning if that same approach extended into Diddy's circle. Interestingly, even Ashton has dropped hints that he knows more than he's letting on. In a recent interview, he laughed nervously when asked about Diddy's parties, suggesting there's a lot he can't or won't share. Now, for years, Kutcher's been seen as a big advocate against human with his organization, Thorn. But now, with Diddy facing charges, people are starting to wonder if Kutcher's actions and friendships tell a different story. Things started heating up after Diddy's arrest, leading folks to look closer at his long-standing friendship with Kutcher. The two first connected back in the early 2000s when Diddy appeared on Kutcher's MTV show, Punk'd. Over the years, they developed a solid bond, with Diddy even calling Kutcher a sounding board and praising his influence in the media. Given this history, Kutcher's silence since Diddy's arrest has raised some serious questions. Is there more to this friendship than what we see? Legal experts are saying that Kutcher's decision to keep quiet might be a smart move. Celebrities often stay mum when their reputations are on the line, especially when there's a chance they could be linked to something illegal. This silence might be a protective measure against losing job opportunities or getting pulled into Diddy's legal issues. One major question on everyone's mind is whether Kutcher was aware of Diddy's alleged illegal activities. In an interview from 2019 that recently resurfaced, Kutcher was asked about Diddy's notorious parties, but quickly changed the topic. This evasiveness has sparked speculation among fans about what he might be hiding. Diddy's indictment includes some serious accusations, painting a picture of a network that intimidated and coerced victims. He's accused of using his fame and power to lure women into dangerous situations. This has people questioning the company Diddy keeps, including Kutcher. Critics have pointed out that Kutcher has helped organize Diddy's parties, making his innocence look a bit questionable and casting doubt on his charitable efforts. Kutcher isn't without his own controversies either. He caught a lot of flack for supporting his That 70s Show co-star Danny Masterson, who was sentenced to 30 years in prison for assault. This support seemed to contradict Kutcher's image as a strong advocate for abuse victims. The backlash was intense, forcing him to resign as chairman of Thorn, and further complicating his reputation in the wake of Diddy's troubles. Kutcher's tragic past adds more drama to the mix. Back in 2001, his girlfriend Ashley Ellerin was murdered. On that fateful night, he arrived late for their date, thinking she was just ignoring him. He later discovered the brutal truth. And it really left a scar on him, if you ask me. Although he wasn't charged with anything, the timing of his late arrival has fueled rumors about what he might have known. To make things even weirder, there are claims that Kutcher had a conversation with Diddy shortly after Ellerin's murder. One of Masterson's accusers claimed to have overheard them discussing how to handle the fallout from the situation. With Kutcher's connections to both Diddy and Masterson, it raises some serious questions. Many are wondering if he knows more about Diddy's actions than he's letting on. Critics say it's time to take a closer look at his trafficking organization, questioning how someone who claims to fight against human could be linked to individuals facing such serious charges. Also, Aaron Smith has dropped some pretty heavy stuff about Ashley Ellerin's tragic death and Ashton Kutcher's actions that night. On February 21, 2001, Kutcher walked into a nightmare when he found Ashley, a fashion student, murdered in her apartment. Smith, who saw what happened, says Kutcher's first reaction was to freak out and spend about an hour in his car trying to process everything. Instead of calling the police right away, Smith claims Kutcher reached out to his team for advice. They allegedly told him to stay quiet, worried it might hurt his growing career since he was getting popular from that 70s show. This raises some serious questions about what was going through Kutcher's mind that night. Did he really put his career above doing the right thing? Smith's story suggests that rather than jumping in to help, Kutcher's first instinct was to look out for himself. This revelation could shift how many people view him, showing a side that doesn't quite match his public persona. The story gets even more complicated when Smith mentions that Kutcher called his co-star Danny Masterson after discovering Ashley's body. This matches up with what Chrissy Bixler has said about that night. The twist is that Kutcher was later told to go to a party he was supposed to take Ashley to instead. Smith argues this might mean Kutcher was trying to avoid police involvement on purpose, especially considering the kind of party he attended instead. Peculiar detail from Smith's statement is that it would have been nearly impossible for Kutcher to see the bloodstains from outside the apartment because of the poor lighting. This makes people question the credibility of his story. Did he really not know what was going on, or was he trying to mislead the police? If he was being deceptive, that could have let the real killer, Michael Gargiulo, stay free longer than he should have. As this investigation unfolds, rumors are swirling that Kutcher might be linked to a cult, possibly one that starts with the letter S. This raises big questions about a potential cover-up, with claims that the LAPD might be tied to officials in those groups. People are starting to wonder if Kutcher's celebrity status influenced how the police handled the case. Meanwhile, with all the drama surrounding Diddy, Kutcher's connection to him is also under scrutiny. Reports suggest that Kutcher and Diddy have been friends for years, sharing their Hollywood experiences. Diddy's recent legal troubles seem to coincide with renewed attention on Kutcher, especially as he faces backlash for supporting Masterson during his assault trial. As whispers about Kutcher's marriage to Mila Kunis circulate, insiders insist that their relationship is solid despite the chaos. However, the spotlight on Kutcher is definitely getting brighter, with many questioning his character and his ties to the scandals involving Diddy and Masterson. Old comments from Kutcher's interviews have resurfaced, especially from his appearance on Hot Ones. When asked about Diddy's infamous parties, his somewhat dodgy response raised eyebrows, leading some to think he might know more than he's letting on. You see, moments like this can easily create a perception of guilt or complicity, even if that's not the truth. Also, this isn't Kutcher's first time with public scrutiny. As we said, last year, he and his wife, Mila Kunis, faced major backlash after they supported their friend and former co-star Danny Masterson, who was sentenced to a long time in prison for serious charges. Kutcher and Kunis had written letters to the court, calling Masterson a role model and saying he was a good influence who helped them avoid the bad side of Hollywood. When those letters went public, people were not happy. Many felt that the couple's support undermined the severity of the situation. leading Kutcher and Kunis to apologize in a video. They tried to clarify that their intention was just to share their experiences with Masterson over the years. Unfortunately, their apology didn't sit well with everyone, and many still thought their words came off as insincere. In the midst of all of this stuff, Kutcher and Kunis decided to step down from Thorn, the organization he co-founded with Demi Moore to fight child exploitation. This decision raised eyebrows as some critics questioned Kutcher's dedication to protecting children, especially after he stood by Masterson. Some people even suggested that Kutcher's advocacy might be a cover for his actions. Things got even more complicated when rumors started swirling about Kutcher's past comments that hinted he might have knowledge of federal investigations involving Diddy. Kutcher has dropped hints about knowing what happened at Diddy's infamous parties, but hasn't shared the full story. This leaves many wondering just how involved he was. Because of all this, both Kutcher and Kunis are likely going to keep a low profile about Diddy. An insider told the Daily Mail that Kunis has limited Kutcher's contact with Diddy ever since Cassie filed her lawsuit against him. Now it looks like they might even be getting subpoenas related to the ongoing investigations. Reports say that subpoenas are being sent out to people who have been around Diddy, and Kutcher's name is expected to come up. If anything damaging comes to light, it could land him in serious trouble. The investigation is broad, looking for any connections that could expose Diddy's alleged wrongdoings. Even comedian Cat Williams has chimed in, warning people to stay away from Diddy's parties, which he suggests might be full of trouble. The allegations against Diddy have been piling up, with claims that he takes advantage of young artists at his events. Jaguar Wright, a former singer, shared a chilling story about a lawyer who walked in on something very inappropriate in Diddy's office. This account raised a lot of alarms and made people more concerned about the nature of Diddy's gatherings. Reports have also surfaced about other famous people getting involved in questionable activities at these parties. Diddy himself mentioned that he introduced young artists to a wild lifestyle when he started the business. Stories from guests, including rapper Fabulous, suggest that the atmosphere at Diddy's parties is intense and overwhelming. Now, in a shocking twist, Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami have been raided by federal agents from the Department of Homeland Security. They are looking into serious allegations against him. Agents arrived in armored vehicles, searching for evidence related to the claims. While Diddy wasn't detained, his sons were, and this has led to criticism of his absence during such a significant moment. Diddy's lawyer has called the raid an unnecessary display of force, insisting that Diddy was cooperative with the authorities. They argue that the situation has been blown out of proportion, describing it as a witch hunt fueled by false accusations from civil lawsuits. Despite everything happening around him, Diddy maintains that he is innocent and is determined to clear his name. The investigation began due to various lawsuits making serious claims against Diddy, including allegations of misconduct and manipulation of young women. Cassie's lawsuit is particularly alarming, detailing controlling behavior and violence in their relationship. Other lawsuits have come forward with shocking stories from women who say they were mistreated in Diddy's circles, including one woman sharing a traumatic experience at his studio. Now, what are your thoughts? Do drop your comments below. And if you found this video awesome, give the channel a subscribe for more awesome content. We'll be back soon, so see you then.